Hello, my name is Lisa, health and healing artist. In today's video, I will go through the process of making a healing herbal salve with the plants that you can grow in your own garden or collect in your local area. I personally grow and harvest the plants that I've chosen in central Colorado or Arizona. I will show you the process and the recipes and the plants that I've chosen for my personal formula. And I encourage you to be curious of the native plants that you can ethically harvest in your area or possibly grow in your own backyard. If you find this video helpful, I invite you to like and share. And thank you so much for joining me in my garden today. My first batch of Mamas Magic Salve was created in 2009 in my kitchen. 17 years later, I make sure that we never run out. Friends and family use this formula to soothe skin issues, speed wound healing, relieve pain, and much more. Every batch will vary slightly, but that is the beauty and the art of it. You can create your own formula with the plants that are accessible to you. It's not necessary that you use all of the plants that I use. Many of these herbs are going to share a lot of the same healing properties. So whatever you have available to you, I hope that I can inspire you to create something magical from the plants in your local area or in your garden. You can choose fresh or dried, and remember to use ethically grown or organic herbs because the quality of the products that you use are going to make the quality of the salve you produce. So love the skin you're in, and now let's take a look at some of the plants that we're going to be using today. Aloe vera, borage, calendula, chamomile, catnip, comfrey, dandelion, echinacea, eucalyptus, horsetail, honeysuckle, lavender, lemon balm, mint, nettle leaf, plantain, rose, rosemary, sage, willow bark, yarrow. Possible uses for this salve may be antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, antiseptic, astringent, moisturizing, promote cell regeneration, speed wound healing, reduce scarring, lines and wrinkles, soothe inflamed skin and eczema, soothe rashes and burns, reduce acne flare-ups, promote collagen production, may reduce pain and swelling, and it is rich in vitamins and minerals. Alright, my loves, it is time to take your garden love into the kitchen and get a little bit messy. I collect my herbs all throughout the growing season, and so I use a combination of dry herbs that I have collected and harvested, and then I go through my yard and collect everything that is actively growing and blooming and ready to be harvested. And so I always have a combination of both the fresh and dry that I use. And I want to just encourage you to use what you have available to you. You don't have to use all the herbs that I have used. You can use whatever you have available to you. And get curious and do a little bit of investigation of what you can ethically harvest or grow. And now we're going to get to our oils. You want to use non-GMO and organic oils whenever you have that possible. Make sure you use the highest quality possible. I use a combination of coconut, castor, and olive oil with cocoa butter, and I do melt my oils to make it easy to incorporate all your herbs and oils together, because you're going to want to completely submerge all of your plant material in your oils. And that's what I have done here. And you can do this in a crock pot. You can do this in the oven. There's different variations. The recipe that I'm going to add at the end of this video will be an oven formula, but you want to make sure that you don't let your oils get too hot. You can also add a water bath to your oil and strain it off later as the oils cool. And there are different ways, and I will give some options for that later in the video. Once your salve is out of the oven, you're going to be straining it with a cheesecloth. Make sure you've cooled it completely before you start this process. And once your formula is completely strained, you're going to get it back onto the stove and put in your wax. And you can use vegan wax, you can use beeswax. This is going to be completely your preference. I usually use beeswax just because it has the best consistency for what I'm looking for at the end, but there are many options. And once you have fully incorporated the wax into the formula, you're going to choose your essential oils. And this is the usual formula that I put into my salve. It does differ a little bit depending on what I am in the mood for and what I have available to me. But I find this to be very consistent. Here is your recipe, and you can come back to this later. And this is what it is going to look like when we are all finished. So we have our metal containers, and so we're not putting in hot liquid into plastic. And then I just evenly divide it into all of my containers and allow it to completely cool. And it doesn't take very long. And here we have our finished product. Already beautiful and smelling wonderful. One on the left is a little bit different formula. And here we have it already. Now all my babies are about ready to head out into the world. Blessings to all of you. And if you would like some salve, email me if you would like information or to contact me a little bit more about what I do in my little house apothecary. I would love to hear from you, and blessings to you. And I would love for you to share this video and encourage others to make something wonderful with your garden. Blessings.